Alright, today's video, countdown to my YouTube funded car. I'll reveal it this weekend. So here's a question. If you're a blue collar guy like me and you don't have unlimited funds of money, what do you buy? What's your next car? After your dream car, what's the next car you buy to get excited over? My dream car has always been a C5 Corvette since 1996 when it was introduced as a 97 model. Prior to that, it was a DeLorean, and I should get a DeLorean maybe someday. I should have bought one 10 years ago when they were more affordable, but my C5 Z06 is my pride and joy. I even watch my own videos. It saves on gas money. But I'll never get tired of this car. That's music. This car will never get old. I'm going to keep it for the rest of my life. If my sister ever has a kid, her kid's going to inherit it. Let's say she has a kid next year. In 16 years, what is it going to be? The year 2030 something? The year 2030 something, this car came out in 01. This body style was introduced in 97. That's going to be like a 40, 50-year-old car by then. I'm just doing the math off the top of my head. But lucky kid. So what do I do next? Do I trade this in, get a C5 or a C6 Z06? I like the C6 Z06. I would actually pick it over the C6 ZR1, but I like the body style of the C5. That's what I wanted as a kid. That's what I daydreamed about in high school. So this car is never going anywhere. So what's next? So if I won the lottery, I would buy a red, brand new ZR1, and of course I would get a couple C6s, but in terms of new car, I would get a red ZR1, brand new. I would get a white Ford Shelby GT350R and a blue Dodge Viper. See what I did there? But yeah, it's fun to shop in your head if you're a millionaire, but as a blue-collar guy, there have only been 4 cars, modern, that I wanted and considered buying, so let's take a look at what I didn't buy. So we're going to go old school here. Suzuki Samurai, $4,000. This is the nicest example I could find right here. And then Geo Tracker, nicest example I could find in my area. Both about $5,000. And 2 vehicles, not both of them, but maybe one of them is still in the future, probably a couple of years, 2-3 years. I'll save up. If I continue to be blessed, I'll save up my extra funds to get one of those, and hopefully in 2 or 3 years they're still available at about that price, or maybe cheaper. Without a doubt, if this vehicle was available in America, I would buy one. This is for sure what I would have bought. A Jimny. But unfortunately, they aren't for sale in America. Okay, a car I considered a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago, I almost pulled the trigger on one of these because they're so cheap. This is a quote-unquote modern car from the 2000 era, Mazda RX-8. Almost bought one of these, $6,000. I think it has like 99,000 miles, and they're cheap. They're cheap cars, and that's why I considered one. I almost bought Integra GSR many years ago, but you know, they're just beat to hell at this point, and it's hard to find a stock one even 10 years ago. So I considered one of these because of the 9,000 RPM red line. I just like rolling through gears, but this car I didn't buy. This was out of question when I did research on them, and they just have a bad rep. Maybe they're okay if you take care of them and monitor the oil levels, but at this point they're getting older. I still consider them fairly contemporary. Next up, we'll talk about this Renegade later. Hummer H3. I like the H3 more than the H2. Oh, Hummer H1, that's in my dream car list, but I probably will never own one. But H3, I like them, and the selling point, it's a stick. I don't care that it's only a 5-cylinder. Yeah, I didn't buy one of these. Oh, and this is worldwide search. That RX-8 was near me. This is worldwide, or United States. In the United States, yeah, 63 available in the United States in stick. And if you search automatic, there's thousands available. But yeah, sticks are fairly rare. Sticks with anything is fairly rare now. So I didn't buy this. Almost, but okay. When it comes to modern, made in the last 5-6 years, Renegade is one I really considered. This is I found a cheaper one. This is $14,000. I saw one a couple of weeks ago. It was like $12,000 with 30,000 miles. It was a stick, but I didn't get this. 4-wheel drive, manual transmission. Only the 1.4 turbo is available for this in a stick. They don't put the bigger engine with the stick, and they don't offer the stick in the Trailhawk for some reason. Weird combos, man. They only offer the stick in the base model. My mom was considering this vehicle. I almost sold her on this. Actually, she would have bought it if she liked the ride. She hated the ride. She said the ride was really rough, and she wanted a smoother ride. So my mom almost got this, and I was almost able to live vicariously through my mom. And I was like, sweet, I don't have to buy a Renegade for myself. I'll borrow my mom's. But I was considering it. So yeah, that's it, man. That's RX-8, Hummer H3, and Jeep Renegade. The RX-8 and the H3 was last decade. God, I can't believe I'm saying that 2000s was last decade. Now we're in the 2010 era. So this is the only vehicle that caught my eye that I really daydreamed about, that's realistic. You know, of course, like I said, ZR1, Shelby 350R, and a Dodge Viper. Of course I would buy those if I won the lottery, but I didn't win the lottery. I just have a normal guy with normal funds where, you know, this is a lot of money for me. And, you know, I gotta use my YouTube funds for this one. So yeah, this car, almost. But I picked something else over this, and I will say this. Here's a hint. It's not an off-roader. I didn't buy an off-roader. And the car I got is from the 2010 era. It's from this decade, so it's newer than a 2010. In fact, the car I bought, 2005, newest car I've ever owned in my life. Previously, my newest car was my Saturn Ion. That was in 04. And I bought it 4 years. I don't have it anymore, but I bought it 4 years ago. So what would it do? What was 4 years ago? 2014. It was a 10-year-old car. So my Z06, when I bought it, that was 5 years ago, or was it 4? It might have been 4 years ago. It's my Z06 in 03. So what? 12-year-old car, 11-year-old car, and then previously I had I don't have it on this channel, but I had a 99 C2500 diesel. When did I buy that? In 2010. No, 2008. It was a 99. So 9 years old. So I think that was my newest car previously to my 2015 that I just bought. So the car I bought, it's newer. It's a 2015. It has 35,000 miles, so newest car that I ever owned. And I will reveal it this weekend.